all these
Nothing
years.
changed. Yeah.
Still doing the same old stuff.
So Joey, my mother's brother, was the kid brother. He was the youngest one. There was my Uncle Tommy, right? And then my Aunt Christine was the oldest. What was my mother?
Mm-hmm.
Then it was Christine, Tommy, and Joey.
Okay.
So Joey was the baby. He could go shoot a guy 5 times in the face. He'd go stab somebody, whatever it is. They would be like, how's Joey? How's his hand? Is his hand
His
okay?
hand okay?
Wait a second. The guy got shot like 5 times. Oh, is Joey okay? Joey? What about the kid? He's eating out of a birdcage.
They didn't think of that.
No.
Is Joey all right?
Is Joey all right? Yeah.
Is Joey all right? We're going to know if Joey's okay.
My Uncle Joey, I would go see him. He was always in jail. You know, Rikers Island, the state, little bids, like 3 bids, 3 years here, 2 years there, all stupid shit. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I'm going to see him as a kid. I'm going to see him at Rikers. I got pictures of all this. I got to post it, right? Going to see him at Rikers Island, going to see him in downstate, Elmira, all these joints that he was in. We had to go send him packages of food because the state you could get packages, you know.
Rikers is one ugly son of a gun. I remember going to visit somebody there. Wow.
Remember those trips?
My goodness.
Taking the bus up there?
Yeah, I remember going there to visit a couple people, and oh my goodness. I remember, like, I was traumatized when I left that place. It was like, I can never go to jail. I can't go to jail.
You know there's another place for Skimmerhorn Street.
Skimmerhorn. Why
You ever been that one?
Yeah.
The
That was
tombs over
a
there?
standard place. That was like an everyday place they put people in.
Well, when you first get pinched, you go
You
in
go
there
to
and
Skimmerhorn,
you wait to go to court.
Yep.
Man,
That's an ugly. A lot of those facilities in New York are some ugly
So when I got pinched again for a gun,
yeah,
I'll get into that. That's a whole nother story with Bones, the manipulator. When me and him got pinched, right?
yeah,
They brought us to Skimmerhorn Street.
I remember that.
When
place.
they give you the bologna sandwiches with the saltpeter in them.
The green bologna sandwiches.
Yeah, the green
They were green. They were green bologna, bro. The bologna was sitting around forever.
That place, I remember. You know, you wait to go to court. You don't know when you're going to go. You know what I mean? Lights are always on. You know, you don't know the track of time, right? You're in the paddy wagon. You get thrown in. There's 100 guys in a 10-foot,
Yeah, 10 by 10s.
You know what else reminds you of? There's a jail out here called, they call it the Matrix. You ever heard of it?
No.
It's on Madison Street.
The horseshoe. Didn't they call it the horseshoe?
When I got arrested again.
Isn't that what they call a horseshoe or something down here? I've heard of that. I don't know if it's true or not.
This is another thing I'll get into, right?
Okay.
But you see the picture they took of me when my hair was all messed up?
Yep.
I was on the way to the barber.
Of all places.
Yeah, I got pulled over for speeding.
Oh, that's
I
right.
didn't know there was a warrant
that.
out for my arrest.
Yep.
So before you know it, 5 cop cars pull up. There's 10 cops. They go, you're under arrest for what?
Yeah.
Had an outstanding warrant in San Bernardino, in California.
Yeah.
I'll get into that because it runs into the Toby Keith thing out there, right?
Right.
I go through Scottsdale for the bookings as they arrested me, right?
Right.
Then I get thrown in the Matrix on Madison Street down here.
What? Another hole.
Oh, man. Yeah. So you're there, right? Same thing, like Rikers, like Skimmerhorn Street. Nothing changed.
Jail's jail.
There's 20 empty cells. They pack everybody into one. Mm-hmm. On purpose.
Yeah.
Who's throwing up? Who's going to the bathroom? Who's dry heaving from methadone, right? All stuff is going on, right?
There's a million different things.
Different things going on, right? Who's fighting? Who this? Who that? Right? Then it's lunchtime. They open up the door. They're throwing sandwiches at you like you're a baby seal, right? Then you got to go take a nap.
So sad.
I put my face by the front door so I could get some fresh air like a little fish. I was like...
Trying to grab air.
Yeah, trying to grab the fresh air coming from the hallway.
Jesus.
I had the sandwiches, like the bread to use as a pillow.
Yep.
And there was this one kid, he kept asking what time it was, right? So there's a clock on there, right? So we all know it's 4 o'clock in the morning, right?
And he's still asking.
Court don't start till 8 o'clock. Every time the CO will come by. CO, yeah, what time is it? 4 o'clock. CO, yeah, what time is it? 4:15. CO, what time is it? I got up. I said, if you ask her one more time what time it is, I'm going to knock you out. I said, You won't have to worry about going to sleep. Go to sleep, take a nap, unless if you want me to knock you out, I says,
That's coming.
I'll gladly do it, I said. Stop wasting the time. So everybody gets up and goes, yeah, man, stop wasting the time. You know, man, you can't do that. You're effing with everybody's head, you know. Like, you know,
Yeah.
we're waiting to go to
is.
court. We're going to go to court when we go to court.
Right.
And finally we went to court. So we go to court, and I'm in there with this, I never forget, they put us in a holding pen, right? And there's me, this black guy, and this Mexican guy. So the black guy's, you know, you go into the phone, you could call whoever, right?
Right.
He's on the phone going, well, I shot him in his ass. Did he die? I go, what is this kid out of his mind? You know? Anyway, hung up the phone. He starts pacing the cell. He's going, man, I just shot him in the ass on 59th Avenue in Glendale.
Oh, wow.
You know what that is? Like a big drug den over there, right? So he goes, yeah, man, I shot him in his ass and everything. I said, why are you telling anybody? I said,
why are you talking about this?
I said, you better, he said, well, they got me on an attempt murder right now. He said, well, I'm going to make bail. I said, you better hope he lives. You know?
Yeah,
I said,
not
because you
his
can
murder.
still, the guy's in the hospital. Then you had the Mexican guy there, right? He could hardly speak English. Well, broken English, right? And he goes, you know, my lady, he said, get into a fight in Marisco's, in one of these fish taco places, right?
Yep.
Gets into a fight with her, goes to his car, gets a pistol, comes in the middle of the dining room, pistol whips her,
Oh, my God.
right? They get him, they arrest him with the pistol and 2 keys of coke in his car, or whatever he had. I don't know what he had.
Yeah.
Drugs.
Yeah,
right?
drugs.
And he's going, you know, I cartel, they're going to come get me out and everything else, right? So now I say to myself, okay, great. I'm only there on a conspiracy for workers' comp insurance.
Right. For the,
Because in California, if you don't pay workers' comp insurance, it's a crime. Well, I wasn't responsible for paying workers' comp. The lawyer was.
you were just managing the facility.
All he was doing was, I never even met anybody at the facility.
Yeah.
I didn't even know the people they were talking about.
Yeah.
They just went and grabbed me because they figured, oh, in the papers, he's the owner.
Right.
You know? But none of my signatures or was I responsible for any of that. That's why it was conspiracy, blah, blah, blah. Right? They didn't arrest him. They come after me because they want the headlines. Right?
Yep.
So I'm thinking the lawyer comes to see me. You remember this.
Yeah, I do.
The lawyer comes to see me. He goes, oh, I'm going to get you on ROR. You know, released on your own recognizance. You know, no bail. He said, no bail money. Don't worry about it.
That we're even here.
Stupid we're even here. Why they even arrested you? This is nonsense. Okay. We go up in front. Black kid goes up. She tells him 50,000 cash bond. He starts arguing with the judge. He goes, I don't have 50,000. Could you lower it? She says, lower it. Well, what do you mean lower it? You know? He said, well, I got $1,000, he says. She said, I'm not laying you out for $1,000. $50,000 cash bond.
Wow.
He starts yelling at her. Finally, they take him away.
Yep.
Right?
Okay. He ain't going to make court no more for a while.
My Mexican friend goes up. They get a translator, right?
Mm-hmm.
Talking, blah, blah, blah. 50,000 cash bond. Okay? I get up. 100,000 cash bond.
For a conspiracy of...
We're in shock. My lawyer, he represented DMX out here.
Yeah.
Right? He goes, Your Honor, are you kidding me? 100,000 cash bond for what? Like, here's a guy who just shot somebody. Here's a guy with pistol whipping and 2 keys of coke in the middle of the street.
And they get half of that.
And he's a conspiracy for a white collar, what do you call, workers' comp insurance. To live out of state in California that didn't even properly serve him. Okay?
Yeah.
100,000. So she goes, well, he's a fugitive of justice. Fugitive of justice.
How?
Well, here's how they do it. My license, I never renewed my address.
Oh.
So what they were doing was they were sending paperwork to the old address. It wasn't getting forwarded.
Mm-hmm.
Now what happens is they put a warrant out. You don't answer the warrant.
Because you don't have the paperwork.
Well, yeah. Now automatically you become a fugitive.
Oh, my goodness.
You're a fugitive of justice. Now they think you ran. Never ran anywhere. I was always in Arizona. I was just unaware of it. Right? Then they have the whole thing there. She has all the paperwork. Frank Gioia Jr.,
who you really are, the whole
thing. Who I really am. Then she has the program name, and she has this whole thing here. She goes, could you approach the bench? Because I what I'm looking at is, you know.
She don't believe half of it.
Then they shut the courtroom down.
Holy smoke.
Kicked everybody
This is
out,
what I
closed the
remember,
courtroom,
yeah.
right?
Yep.
So she go, what is this? You know?
So now you're explaining yourself.
So I don't say nothing. I said, look, Your Honor, if I would have known there was a warrant out,
It would have been handled.
I would have answered it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be here. I didn't go nowhere. I said,
you never left town.
It was my
weren't.
old address. Never left town. I said, it was my old address. I never renewed my license.
Yeah.
She says, yeah, but this is pending for so long. I said, well, I didn't know about it. I said, if I would have known, I would have appeared. She says, okay, I'll lower it down to 25. So my lawyer goes, Your Honor, 25,000. Come on, what are we doing
Still
here?
high.
Yeah.
For what that
So I looked
initial case is.
I looked at the judge. I said, Your Honor, are you kidding? I said, 25 grand cash? For what? She goes,
sense.
Look, I never did this before. She says, I believe what you're telling me, Mr.
Whomever.
Gioia or Capri, because they never say the last names right.
No, they never do. They make them white.
I said, what name you want to go by? I said, Capri. Okay?
Yeah.
So she goes, I'll do it for 10,000. I'm not going any lower. My lawyer goes again and says, Your Honor,
it can't be right.
the family's got 7,000 cash outside. They're weighing outside. No, I can't go less than 10.
Jesus.
So that's why, it took a while for me to get out. So I make bond, get out, and then went to answer the warrant, get the 10 grand back, and then go to California, get a lawyer out there and answer that stuff, and get ROR in California. Anyway, I'll talk about that whole thing.
Team Uno, shout out to my Usos, killing bills like Uma. Balls travel from Pluto, big truck soprano, gabagool and prosciutto, kicking ill like judo, judge and jury like Judy. Hoes think they knew.